Good morning, and welcome to another video. We started this video with a good bit of company. Hey?
Hey! Hello! Hello!
Like sneezing in your face, I'll tell you. Mad one. Anyway.
Yeah!
Oh, no, okay, we're staying here then. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. After having such a wonderful welcome, as per always, any time that the dogs are out, and I also got to speak to John, we are going to carry on with what we were doing last week, which is the body work for this turd. All I need to do is just kind of clean it up and just get it prepped, pretty much, just for going away, really. It goes away around about mid-March or so. That's as much info as I'll give you. So we have a wee bit of time left before she needs to go away. By that time, I'm living in the high hope that I could finish the brake lines and the brake calipers, as well as cleaning up the rest of the bodywork, because the way that it is sitting now, no bueno. But we do also have some primer that we can cover the rest of the crap with. I've got 2 cans of that, thank Christ, because one's sure as shit almost done. But plan to do is just to get all this cleaned up. So hopefully by the end of the day, we're not going to have any more clear rust that is on the chassis. Hopefully I'll get all this cleaned up as well. By the time that I've taken my new grinding discs with the right angles and the right grit, or not cutting into the metal, as you can see from this example here, this was pretty much just kind of cutting into the bodywork, and you don't want it to be doing that. You want to kind of have the bodywork to be smoothened, not to be cut. So, aye. It probably would be worth replacing the whole feckin' thing, but as I said, this car is not going to do me that long, because there is actually a plan in place for a new car. One step at a time, we're going to keep on going, and we're going to see how well we go. With the fact that the car is going away in mid-March, I have a wee bit of time to clean up the bodywork, get the brakes done, get the calipers on. Hopefully I'll manage to get that second set of calipers in, so I can finally run the hydro, which should be pretty fantastic, not gonna lie. But for now, I think we're just gonna carry on with the bodywork. See how far we can get with it, clean it up, nice and easy. It's early, let's get cracking. Okay, so after a wee bit of wiring and grinding and all the rest of it, I think we're looking a bit better. Cleaned up a wee bit, a lot smoother. Cleaned up a wee bit, a lot smoother. Smoother. This, on the other hand, well, this is just starting to eat into itself, and unfortunately, if I had the materials, personally, I would cut out the whole inner arch and just make a new one. I would just steel and just arch it over, and but unfortunately I don't have the resources nor the tools for that, nor the material. So instead we're just cleaning it up, and we're not far away from pretty much cutting out the jacking point, which is the main point of doing all this. Where is she? There she is. So as you can see, this bit here is not looking too great for itself, so this will end up getting cut out completely. It's only arched up there. There it is, up here. It's only attached up there, so at some point or another I'll get around to cutting that out. But I mean, for the time being, it's a lot cleaner than when maybe not under here, but that's just because of oh my god, this car is so gone. I look forward to being finished with it, but for the time being, as I say, what we have to work with, so it's what we're going with. Now, with the fact that bodywork is pretty much cleaned up, at least what you can see of anyway. The last bit that I'm gonna do is just get my new floppy disk and start going on the underneath. So lights off under here, and hope to God that the rust just slowly comes away, nice and easy. The underneath of this is pretty much the last bit that I'll need to clean up, because everything else is looking, well, maybe not that bit, but the rest of it's looking incredibly well, a lot cleaner anyway. Aye, get my flat disc, get to the rest of the underneath of that, and then after that we'll go onto the brake system, and finally manage to hopefully get all these fitted up. I'm gonna have to go underneath and just make sure that everywhere goes to where it needs to be, line them all up, and then get all my fittings with my new hoses. So I'm just gonna make a start on finishing up the rest of this bodywork and getting the flat disc underneath, cleaning the rest of it up, and then we can call that quits and leave it to the side for the time being. After spending another wee while with a grindy disc and some wire brushes, I feel like she's looking a lot better. Granted, it's not absolutely perfect, but the thing is that by the time that the year is done, this car will be going to the scrappies anyway. So all it needs to do is just look presentable. Anything underneath will, well, the thing is that I've had my experience with rust over the years, and hello pupper. I've had my experience with rust over the years and I've dealt with it. Thing is that on the boot lid of that Corsa B is a huge rust spot over some primer that I did around almost a year ago now, actually. So I know that some rust will come through. Surface, sure, but it's only surface rust. Thing is that the car only needs us to last us a year. Now, unfortunately, we're working with what we have, and sure, it might not be the perfect job for the time being, but there are bigger and better things coming to this channel in the next few months that actually might potentially have me in the competition by the second round, which is great. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get to the one project that has been neglected on this channel, but it's life. So it's sound though. We'll get to it hopefully maybe next week. Actually, next week guaranteed, because the car is getting shifted to my parents' house before it goes off for an MOT. Anyway, off you pop. Hey, Jesus Christ. Don't be hurting yourself in there, hey? Come on, out you go. Silly wee beggar. As I was saying, long story short, better things are coming. It's a guarantee. For the time being, we have to deal with what we have. We have a half rusted out shell and a 2.2 litre engine, both of which aren't what I want. One for the rust, two for the 2.2, because I'm going for something different. I've already spoken about a plan with a friend who's going to be helping me out later on in a couple of weeks or months, or up and coming months, should I say. On the plus side, we do actually have some incredibly exciting news. I have been invited to a private day on April 1st. So this car has a due date. What are you doing? What you doing? This car has a due date and it's got an event that it needs to be at. So with the fact that the car has to be finished by the 1st of April, there's only a couple of things this car needs to manage to make it for April 1st, which is a set of brakes, my hydro working, a boss kit for the steering, and the dual caliper bracket. That's the only things that I need to do. The bodywork will get worked out over time. definitely before 1st of April anyway. So now that I've cleaned up the bodywork a wee bit, or as much as I have to touch it, I am going to start dealing with the brake lines. I'm going to get cleaned up a wee bit, reassess and start again. And I think I'll end up putting a wee bit of primer on it just to prevent it from rusting, because the car is going away mid-March, so I don't want it rusting over already as bad as it already is. So, and it's an absolutely stunning day, I must admit. Every other time that I've come here, it's always been, well, not miserable, but you know, but it's a stunning day. Couldn't be happier for it. Anyway, as I said, I'm gonna get cleaned up and I'm gonna start getting ready for the brake system and that, and get my primer out, touch this up a wee bit, be dandy. So after everything kind of relatively cleaned up and that, I got the primer out and just kind of went balls to the wall with it, and just kind of didn't really give much of a cuck. So that's looking, see, I say a lot better, but the thing is that we all know what's underneath that primer. But hopefully that the primer will be able to kind of prevent it from just getting any worse or rust until mid-March, where the car will be getting sent away and getting addressed. Hello, Joe. With that being done now, it's just a case of getting all the fittings together, getting all the new lines, taking all the old fittings off the old ones, cutting them off and making the same kind of flange as this against that on those pipes over there. I should mention in this video that during the week I went to go and see my cousin, who is the daughter of John, and as turns out is a mechanic, and a very good mechanic at that. As it turns out, she actually had a set of BBSs that she wasn't really needing anymore. She had seen all the stuff that I was trying to do and all the stuff that I want to do, so she very kindly, very kindly gave me some BBSs. There is another one at hers that is nowhere to be seen, but for the time being, the fact that she was willing to give me them is more than enough for me. Couldn't be happier, couldn't be more thankful. So Andrea, thank you. I've got almost a set, 2 spares. It's coming. Just have to step by step. I think in every single episode from now on, I'm just gonna at some point or another say, okay, Rome wasn't built in a day. With that being addressed and with that being here, I mean, to be fair, I might need different sets of tires and that. Yeah, these are all rally tires, 240, 45, 15. And unfortunately, I think that's a wee bit too much tread for the rear end of my car. Granted, I could put them on the front, but that's kind of defeating the whole purpose of having spare wheels. So I am hopefully going to be finding a set of 22540s, I think it is. I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's 22540, and they will fit. I have double checked. So, she also gave me a side skirt just in case I was to lose one, because guaranteed. Well, I did the last time, and that's how I found out about all the rust. So, long story short, we're going to start making the brake lines, and we're going to mock them all back up and see what else I need to make up. Obviously, with the new lines being bought, I have all the pipe work in the world for it, so it means that anything that isn't in length of the ones I already cut means that I can just redo and make new lines for. So, buzzing to get that finally addressed, and finally, maybe by the end of the day, I actually have brakes. I don't want to jinx myself too quickly, so we're just going to carry on, get the brakes sorted, and hope that we'll be sound. There's so much of this car I don't want. Actually, all of it, pretty much. But, So one thing that I am doing right now is actually tightening this thing as much as possible because, as I said the last time, it's not been much fun trying to get underneath this thing over multiple times. So because I kind of need this all the time. Go. That's it. Carefully heightened. Fantastic. And actually run the brake lines without having to hit my face off the car every 5 seconds. Just for safety purposes, we're gonna maybe jiggle. She's not. That's better. See, that's why you do the jiggle test to make sure that your car isn't gonna fall off anything. That's her, solid. Right, just get underneath, start moking up the lines. Hey. So, just like any other time that I try and work on this car. So the flare kit normally comes with individual fittings to fit into the hose to flare them. I have every single one of them, bar the one I need. Not 4.75. 4.75 is what I need. So, means that I can't do the brake lines today, which is infuriating because I pretty much have everything that I need for them, except the flare kit now. So, I think it's going to be more of a case of I'm going to come in here over the weekdays and the weekend, and I'll get an upload every Saturday night maybe. When you're doing it as a one-man band, you only have yourself to give encouragement to, and especially when you've got emotional intensity disorder, it's hard to kind of get that push, even when you've been looking forward to it all weekend, or all week, should I say. But, so, gonna call it a day here. Hello! You joined me from the flat. Safe to say that after the whole flare fitting gone missing, I was pretty finished with. There was a lot more to that recording that I didn't add in. There was a lot of other bits that I tried to get done other than just the brake lines, but the fact that the one thing that I knew that I had wasn't there, it just kind of, it killed me a lot more inside than I expected. And I was kind of slowly on the just decline at that point mentally, and I wasn't in a great place, and you should see the ending that I put in that I didn't add into this because I was not happy. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and say that there is going to be a lot of progress on in this channel. I mean, we have an unveiling of a new car coming soon. It's not new to me, sure as shit, it's new to the channel, but that'll get unveiled next week when it comes home. With regard to employment, I'm finally actually going out of my way to go and potentially get a job next Monday where I'll be working from 5 till 2 in the afternoon, which means as soon as I'm finished there, I'll be going straight over to the garage, doing my thing like a chicken wing. So I'm gonna sign off here, and I'm gonna leave you guys for the rest of the night. If you like the video, please by all means comment, like, subscribe and all that jazz, because algorithm YouTube likes it. Videos are going to get more consistent, as I said, with the new job aspect, and the days getting longer and all the rest of it, and just spend a lot more time where I want to be, and that's on my gaff, or at least on my garage, should I say. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot coming in a couple of weeks, but we're here. So as I said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Enjoy your night. Hope you like the video. Bye.